You're listening to Productivity Monsters in the Morning. We are the energy volt your real estate business needs to get you up and out and excited and productive for the day. We go over trending topics and things that really matter in the market of the moment. Here are your hosts, Tiffany Hampton and Brooke Silva.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
So you came to a call with this subject that is very exciting to me because it's how I live my life. So share away.
So one of the team leaders yesterday gifted me a book called U Squared by Price Pritchett, PhD. And when I opened the book, the first thing I said was, oh, this is a Tiffany thing, because I like to open books and read for a minute before I dive in. And it's this little tiny book, and it's this great little thing. But it says, ignore conventional approaches. And I laughed because the next line said, get ruthless about trying something different. But then I laughed even harder because he has these ricochet moments in the book. And what he says is, if you're trying to climb over the wall, and there's a door, just open the door and walk through it. If you're pushing against the river, try going with the flow.
Right.
And I laughed and laughed because people try to get creative before they understand models. And my affirmation for everyone today is, in a shift, you must do something new. I must do something new.
Absolutely. And so I am ruthless in taking action. And yet I need to know and understand numbers, and I need to understand goals. I need to understand what the difference is between where we are today and where we desire to be. And then I can put a game plan together. If I don't have that basic information, I'm almost paralyzed.
And this book has a tendency to really dive around in something they call faith in the familiar, which sets you up for failure and a trap. So what do we know about the shift? We know that things that worked 6 months ago may not work. So why are we continuing to do them? Is it because they feel familiar? Is it because you don't have the education or training that you feel you need to get an edge in this market?
Well, and it's not that the things don't work. It's that we've been so busy working a speed-based market that where we weren't working our skills, right? And, and how many agents, let's just talk about real estate. How many agents got into this business when it was a speed-based market and not a skill-based market?
So many. And now they're feeling that, well, now I have to lead gen, and I truly don't know what lead gen is. And it's why I loved our 201 Club, and we'll continue to run that throughout the life cycle of how we do things here at KW, because it's so thoughtful when it comes to community. And I taught a community class to ALC last week. And to me, this is a common marketing practice, right? Like, this is something I've been doing my entire career when it comes to sales or bringing people into a business. So I was kind of shocked that this was such new information to people. It made me pause, because just because it's new to me, new to them, doesn't mean it's new to me. And it's so relevant and important in today's market. They've already deployed. They've already created Facebook groups. They're already getting community leaders to support them and give value to their database. And it just goes to show that, yes, buying leads in the past worked. Will they continue? Will lead generation change? Absolutely. Can you still buy leads? Yes, but is your cost per closing going to go through the roof? Most likely. So you can still buy leads, but you're not going to close as many as you were in this speed-based market that we are in. So such a fascinating conversation to be having with agents or people who are in a sales role right now, because lead gen looks a little different these days.
Yeah. And, got to slow down to go fast, right? So there's a lot of people out there that do not have a business plan, written business plan. They have a goal and a dream, in their brain. So, slow down, check out the numbers, because what I hear over and over again is that what's happening in the world and in the economy does not affect our goals personally.
No, we still have goals that we have to hit.
What affects our goals personally is if we allow the economy, the world, and everything that's going on around us to affect our goals, because this is where you get laser focused, and this is where you are laser focused and tunnel vision, right? Within reason. Don't be tunnel vision and run over people. And I say that from experience personally. We'll preach. Don't be a Tiffany. Because at the end of the day, like before you got on this call, I was sitting here just running numbers, right? And understanding the numbers. If you have not done your business plan and you have not set your goals, first understand your numbers.
Yeah, we talk about it so often.
Then go in and say, how am I going to be ruthless in making this happen? What do I need for resources? It's the funniest.
You should have had ruthlessness as your word for 2023 instead of
I can still change it.
You can. And then listen to this. There's one line in here. Overcome the addiction to your old methodologies.
Yes.
Like if you keep
so
saying,
hard.
It is, but you know what? Shake up your routine. Shake up it says second guess your routines, set a new pattern. So we do that with our 66-day challenges.
Yeah.
It's so interesting. And here's my other thing is get out of real estate books now and then. There's no true, you and I have talked about this, mindset books, leadership books. There's a lot of the same thing, just said in a different way. And it's what you need at the moment and whose voice is going to get through to you. So we read a lot of real estate books. I have a shelf full behind me, right? And I've read every single one of these books, and some of them multiple times through, except Hold. I will be honest, I haven't read Hold yet. But reading stuff like this, or breaking out and going to a class that is not a real estate based class to see a speaker or an author, that can shake up your routine. Because if it's working in other fields, it's going to work in ours. Yeah. Any relationship based business, these things work in. So break out. It's not a tech thing for you guys. Maybe it is. Grab Audible and find what your friends are reading in other worlds, not your real estate world. Reach out on LinkedIn, or hey, all my friends in business, what are you reading right now? What are you loving?
Well, we had our KWRI growth call yesterday, right? And
oh my God, they said too many books too fast.
Wealthy Code, right? The Energy Clock, Fearless at Work, The Power of One More. None of those books are really real estate based. They're business based, but they're not real estate based.
And this guy has a ton of books. He's got a book that I'm going to grab because it's it's one of his free ebooks. It's called Hacking Uncertainty.
Yep.
Right. I'll send it to you when I grab it. And then there's the breakthrough principle of 16X, simple innovation for 16 times better results. And again, some of this is stuff we've all heard. It's just who's going to package it in a way for you to break through, right? That E to P we talk about, the entrepreneurial to purposeful, whatever you want to call it, quantum leaps, shifts, whatever it is, we've got to understand that the market has changed. People have changed, and how they communicate has drastically changed. And it's time to try something new.
And we got, like on the closet door of my office, I have these legal size papers with goals set of like 5 different goals that I have, right? And at the end of the day, I wake up in the morning, I say, what activity can I do right this minute to get closer to that goal? And then
I put my personal 411 you and I did together, and we worked on based off of the goals from the region. it's hanging in my house where I walk out of my bedroom every day. And it's in a place my family can see it now, which is something I had never done until this year.
Yeah.
So
Our goals are easy. They're really easy to reach. It's the discipline and the ruthlessness. And I am changing my word to ruthlessness. I love
I
that.
like it. I'm keeping action.
I will be ruthlessly action based.
I love it.
Because
Oh,
yeah,
so.
you only get one shot at this life, and it needs to be the best in every aspect. You don't turn things off that are important, and yet you make space for things that are important, and everything we do in business just makes that life goal even closer.
All right.
All right, my friend.
A lot of info for today.
I love that book. Thank you. And I'm going to go get it.
Yeah, I will find it and get it for you. And then, yeah, I am excited to see what people do with this info.
Absolutely. I'll see you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow.